world like this is. Love is ended before it's begun, and too many moonlight kisses seem to cool in the warmth of the sun. When I give my heart, it will be completely, or I'd never give my heart. And the moment I can feel that, you feel that way too, is when I'll fall in love with you. When I give my heart, it will be completely, or I'll never give my heart. And the moment I can feel that, you feel that way too, then I'll give my heart to you.
University Sports Hall of Fame enshrinement, where Rattler legends become immortal. A recent tradition that started just a few years ago by one of our Hall of Fame members, Coach Claudette Farmer, outstanding coach for the Lady Rattlers and the Rattlerettes, and also a player further back in her day, came up with the idea of the red carpet and a march of the Rattler legends. So she is overseeing this operation, and we want to give her a round of applause. And now we begin our first legend, football, 1975-77, and a contributor, Richard Anderson. Next, Cal Burgess, 1973 to 1976. He's a member of the 1991 class of the Hall of Fame. Next, Doug Cook, basketball, 1982 to 86, inducted in 2019. Wait Bellamy, basketball, 1959 to 1963, inducted in 1987, and his number hangs in the rafters here in Lawson. Wait Bellamy.
Go ahead.
Curtis Coot Taylor, football, 1972 to 1975, enshrined in 2006. Coot Taylor. Alfred Al Washington, baseball, 1965 to 1969, inducted in 2004. Al Washington. A supporter of athletics while he was a student here at Florida A&M, and even years later as a financial supporter, Mr. Virgil Valdez, class of 2000. Track and field, 1975 to 1978, Dr. Ebenezer T. Oriaku, inducted 2017. Dorsey Hutchinson, football, 1978 to 1982, inducted 2018. Antonio Body Heat, Tony Barber, football, 1983 to 1986, inducted in 1995. The three-time MVP of the Rattlers, Quarterback Albert Chester, 1975 to 1978. Inducted in 1985. Inducted as a supporter in 2019, but also a pretty fair baseball player, the full bird colonel from the Army, Colonel Gregory L. Clark. Inducted in 2019, Tony Bell. 1969 to 1973, baseball, Tony Bell. Sarah Hill Yates, Women's Athletic Director, 1977 to 1982. An Associate Athletic Director here at Florida A&M, an Administrator and Coach. She was inducted as an Administrator and Coach in the year 2007. Sarah Hill Yates. The class of 1990, Nathaniel James, football and track, 1964 to 1969. Nathaniel James. From the class of 1990, Major Floyd Hazelton, football and track, 1964 to 1968. Class of 1990, Eugene Milton, football and track, 1964 to 1968. Those last three gentlemen were part of that fabled team that retired the Patterson Cup at the Penn Relays in 1968 after winning the 4x1 3 consecutive years at the Penn Relays. And the final member of that Fab Four, the original Fab Four in athletics, Jimmy Ashcroft, football and track, 1964 to 1968. He was inducted with his teammates in 1990. Jimmy Ashcroft. Inducted in 2016, men's golf coach from 2001 to 2018, Marvin Green Jr., class of 2016. Member of the class of 2003, Coach Al Bogan, Football coach, 1974 to 2004. From the class of 2001, swimming at FAMU from 1967 to 1971, William Bill McCrae. From the class of 2000, football 1960 to 1965, Calvin Lang. Ladies and gentlemen, Claudette Farmer, the originator of this red carpet ride that we've given our Rattlers over the last 5 or 6 years, was an outstanding multi-sport women's athlete during the early years of the Title IX. And she's now, after a successful college career here at FAMU, she is now the athletic director at Rickards High School, one of the first female ADs in the state of Florida. At this time, we will ask the Reverend Ralph Wilson to come forward and give grace and blessing over this event.
Shall we pray? O God, grant us a vision of our community, our country, our state, and our university, Florida A&M University, especially as we come and approaching the 9/11 period. Yet, as we embark upon this recognition of these 24 persons to be inducted into the FAMU Sports Hall of Fame, we are grateful to you, O God, for each of these inductees. We pray that you will bless them, bless all of us, give us the unction to do thy will. Then we thank you, O God, for those of us who are here and those who are elsewhere, who are well wishers of our inductees. Thank you, dear God, for Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. Bless this ceremony, we pray. Amen. Now for the grace. Now, Lord, we pray your blessings upon the food and the fellowship that we shall enjoy. Amen.
Now to bring our welcome, our Vice President and Director of Athletics here at Florida A&M University, Mr. Courtney Gaucher.
Greetings, greetings. Well, I'll first start by saying it's been a long time since we've been able to do this. And every time I get back in the presence of our Rattlers, I like to stir the room up a little bit. So are there any Rattlers in the house?
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, that's not good enough, y'all. We play our first home game in almost 2 years tomorrow. So I need to know, are there any Rattlers in the house? All right. That's more like it. Well, again, thank you so much for being here on behalf of our president, Dr. Larry Robinson, who will be joining us shortly. Welcome back home. So many of you all who have given your blood, sweat, and tears to this program, we are here tonight to celebrate you, to celebrate your accomplishments here on the highest of 7 hills. For those who've invested in our program, the families that have sacrificed, thank you, and thank you so much. As we talk about this next chapter of Florida A&M athletics, the legacy and the rich tradition that you all have established to make Florida A&M athletics who we are is what we're here to celebrate. So again, thank you, and we appreciate your support as we transition into a new athletic conference. We talked about setting our goals on winning the SWAC and ending this football season in Atlanta, Georgia. There's so many things and accomplishments that we've celebrated as we closed out our tenure in the MEAC with the 2021 MEAC golf champions, and so many other accolades that our programs have really accomplished. But those accolades and those accomplishments are because we stand on the shoulders of giants. You all who have come before our student athletes and paved the way. So again, thank you. From the Department of Athletics, welcome back home. We look forward to the fellowship, the celebration, and the memories that we will highlight today. Thank you, and thank you again.
Before we continue, we'd like to just at least inform everyone that we do have an ESPN crew who has been following our football team for a documentary. Please just do your best to ignore them. Sometimes it's hard to ignore them, but just go about your business. And at this time, Alvin Hollins will present our last 2 legends on the walk who were actually interviewing with ESPN. Alvin?
Thank you, Vaughn. And this first gentleman needs no introduction. In fact, he's become the 4th FAMU football coach in the school's history to join others in the College Football Hall of Fame. Rudy Hubbard, head coach from 1974 to 1985. 2 Black College national championships, the first NCAA 1AA title, 3-time Black College Coach of the Year. Rudy Hubbard, inducted 1990. Tommy Mitchell Sr., basketball, 1956 to 1960, inducted in 1989. Tommy Mitchell was a member of the Globetrotters for a number of years, also coached and also worked as Director of Alumni Affairs. Tommy Mitchell. And now, another song from the irrepressible Mr. Fred Lee.
Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine. Oh yes, till all success in nobleness and every gain define. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesty above the fruited plain. I'm talking about America, sweet America. God shed his grace on thee. Oh, yes. And then he crowned thy good. He did it with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. America, sweet America, my God shed his grace on thee. Oh, yes. Then he crowned thy good. Thank God he did it with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. I just want to thank you, Lord.
Mr. Fred Lee. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's ceremony is extremely special. I call it the 24. We are honoring 24 former Rattlers, supporters, coaches who have made a difference in this great program. We're honoring the 2020 class, which did not get a chance to do its walk because of the virus. And we're also honoring the 2021 class as well. So let's begin with 2020. We start with Quinn Gray. Football, 1998 to 2001. Now, I should also point out that the bio information is in your program, so we won't be reading the long meter style as we have in the past. But nonetheless, Mr. Gray is enshrined in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Hall of Fame, joining that group in 2019. He was one of the school's all-time great passers. He held school records in pass attempts, completions, yards, and touchdowns. And he twice earned all MEAC honors, leading the Rattlers to the postseason 4 times. Quinn Gray. Next, men's basketball, Mervyn Jones, 1982 to 1985. Preston Mike Rice, golf, 1997 to 2000. Here's an example of brotherly love. Carol and Harold Roberts, twin wrestlers, 1967 to 1970, state champions both. Next, FAMU's version of the round mound of rebound at one time, DeLon Turner, basketball. And part of the 2020 class, as a supporter here in the Tallahassee community, Dr. Makiba Erst. And the final members of that 2020 class, tremendous supporters of FAMU teams and the university, from Gainesville, Florida, Dr. G.W. and Cynthia Mingo. Now to the class of 2021, Merlin Jones, football, 1982 to 1985. This year's Hall of Fame is certainly a family affair. Next, football, Jamie Nails, 1993 to 1998. From Tallahassee and DRS, Amir Rasul, football, 1988 to 2001. And here's a baseball legend who's now an outstanding graduate of FAMU's pharmacy school, Dr. Ephraim Riggins, 1972 to 75. And we round out our male athletes from 2021 with a pair of special teams artists in football. First, kicker Wesley Taylor, 2004 to 2007. And finally, return specialist extraordinaire, Leroy Van, football, 06 to 09. Now we return to the ladies' side of the ledger, and we have two legends from the early years of FAMU softball. Santia Bopper Andrews, pitcher, and Marcelina Marcy Smith. Both played in 1991, from 1991 to 1994, and led FAMU to their first 3 MEAC titles. Next, Cynthia Chalago and Effie Kosji, part of that fabled Kenyan connection that led FAMU to dominance in cross country in the MEAC for over 7 years. All right, in our new category of financial supporter, first from right around the corner in Midway, Selvin Cobb Jr. And a fixture with the alumni and the classics in Tampa for years and years, Mr. Raymond Matthews Sr. Being inducted as a track coach, she coached track at FAMU from 2009 to 2019, Dr. Darlene Moore. And finally, the supporter for this year's class of 2021, Mrs. Virginia Pinckney. At this time, dinner is served.
And we never want to lose it. It's like a favorite song that we love to sing. Every time we hear the music, we're in this love together. We got the kind that lasts forever. I said, we're in this love together. And like berries on the vine, it gets sweeter all the time. Ooh. All right. It's like a rainy night in candlelight. And ooh, it's so romantic. We got the whole thing working out so right. And it's just the way we planned it. We're in this love together. We got the kind that lasts forever. Don't you know we're in this love together? And like berries on the vine, it gets sweeter all the time. Don't you know we're in this love together? We got the kind that lasts forever. I said, we're in this love together. We got the kind that lasts forever and evermore now. Woo! We're in this love together. We got the kind that lasts forever. We're in this love together. We're gonna find that key and open up the door now. Ooh, all right. We're in this love together. We got the kind that lasts forever. We're in this love together. We're in this love together. We got the kind that lasts forever. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm so in love with you. Oh, whatever you wanna do is alright with me. 'Cause you make me feel so brand new. 'Cause I want to spend my nights with you. You say since we've been together, oh, loving you forever, I just can't see. Let me be the one you come running into. 'Cause I want to spend my nights with you. So let's stay together. Oh, loving you whether times are good and bad and the happy are sad. Whether times are good and bad and the happy are sad. Why people break up, oh, turn around and make up, I just can't see. Let me be the one you come running into. 'Cause I want to spend my nights with you. Say, let's stay together. Oh, loving you whether times are good and bad and the happy are sad. Let's stay together, loving you well.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to call your attention to a special happening, the first time in our Hall of Fame history. The Sports Hall of Fame is sponsoring its first fundraiser tonight. On your tables, you will see a custom-made centerpiece, a Rattler statuette on the inductees table, or a replica of a sports figure. And the Rattler can be yours for $200, and the sports figure can be purchased for $250. Please do not remove these centerpieces unless you are interested in purchasing it. Our pharmacy students and our presidential scholars or presidential ambassadors will be circulating through the room and will take your checks if you would like to purchase either a $200 Rattler or $250 athlete. And you will be given a special slip, a receipt, to allow you to leave the arena with your prize. So once again, we are doing a fundraiser for the Sports Hall of Fame. So look at your table. You have a Rattlers in the audience. Those are going for $200. And on the inductees tables in front of you, those sports figures are going for $250. At this time, we'd also, as far as the Sports Hall of Fame, we'd also like to recognize a gentleman who has meant so much to FAMU athletics. Thank you. Who has meant so much to FAMU athletics for decades. In his honor, we were going to award him the first FAMU Sports Hall of Fame Lifetime Achievement Award. Right now, he is recovering from illness, and he is at home under the watchful care of his wife, Dr. Gladys Lang. Coach Bobby Lang, as many of you know, was head coach of the track team from 1966 through 1999, winning 33 conference championships. He was also an outstanding professor in the health and physical education department, and also active in the community working with youth and other endeavors. He is a member of the National Track Coaches Hall of Fame, which he joined in 2019. And 4 of his athletes, they call themselves the record setters, retired the Patterson Cup in 1968 after winning the 4x1 at the Penn Relays 3 consecutive years. But Coach Lang was also an outstanding football player. He was a member of the 53 to 56 Gaither teams that won one national championship and played for another. But Coach Lang is a man who has had tremendous influence on probably anyone in this room, especially if you have any association with FAMU athletics. So even though he is not here tonight, let's give Coach Bobby E. Lang a big, warm round of applause.
Don't go changing to try and please me. You never let me down before. Ooh, don't imagine you're too familiar, and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. Ooh, I took the good times. I'll take the bad times. I'll take you just the way you are. Don't go trying some new fashion. Don't change the color of your hair. Oh, you always have my unspoken passion. Although I might not seem to care, I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. Oh, I just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are. I need to know that you will always be the same old someone that I knew. Oh, what will it take till you believe in me the way that I believe in you? I said I love you, and that's forever. And this I promise from the heart. Oh, I could not love you any better. I love you just the way you are. I said I love you, that's forever, and this I promise from the heart. Oh, I could not love you any better. I love you just the way you are. I don't need your photograph keep by my bed. Your picture is always in my head. I don't need your portrait, dear, to bring you to mind. For waking or sleeping, dear, I find the very thought of you and I forget to do the little ordinary things everyone ought to do. I'm living in a kind of daydream. I'm happy as a king and foolish though it may seem to me, that's everything. The mere idea of you, the longing here for you. You'll never know how slow the moments go till I'm near to you. I see your face in every flower, your eyes in stars above. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you, my love. I see your face in every flower, your eyes in stars above. It's just the thought of you, the very thought of you, my love. My love.
Something told me it was over. When I saw you and her talking, something deep down in my soul said, cry, girl. When I saw you and that girl, walking around. I would rather go blind, boy, than I see you walk away from me, child. So you see, I love you so much that I don't want to watch you leave me, baby. Most of all, I I just don't want you to leave, no. Oh, I was just in here thinking of your kiss and your warm embrace. What a reflection in a glass that I held to my lips now, baby. Reveal these tears that were on my face, yeah. Oh, and baby, I'd rather go blind, oh, yeah, than I see you walk away from me, yeah. Oh, and baby, I'd rather go blind, oh, yeah, than I see you walk away from me. All right. Thank you. Hey, ooh, hey, all alone it was a fever, a cold sweat, hard-headed believer. I put my hands in the air and said, show me something. He said, if you dare, come a little closer. Oh, round and around and around and around we go. Oh, now tell me now, tell me now, tell me now you know. Not really sure how to feel about it. Something in the way you move makes me feel like I can't live without you, and it takes me all the way. I want you to stay. It's not much of a life you're living. It's not just something you take, it's given. Oh, round and around and around and around we go. Oh, now tell me now, tell me now, tell me now you know. Not really sure how to feel about it. Something in the way you move makes me feel like I can't live without you, and it takes me all the way. I want you to stay. Ooh, the reason I hold on. Ooh, 'cause I need this whole gone. Funny, you're the broken one, but I'm the only one who needed saving. 'Cause when you never see the light, it's hard to know which one of us is caving. Not really sure how to feel about it. Something in the way you move makes me feel like I can't live without you, and it takes me all the way. I want you to stay. Yeah. Stay. Thank you. Ooh, yeah. I know y'all know this song, guys. Yeah. Hey, woke up this morning with a smile on my face. Jumped out of bed, took a shower, dressed, cleaned up my place, made me some breakfast, toast, 2 scrambled eggs. Where the choir at? Grace, grab my keys, grab my purse, grab my jacket onto her, beaming all the way down the road. Is it the way you love me, baby? Is it the way you love me, baby? 4:30, can't wait to get home. Nah, girl, I got something else to do. Go ahead, really get your groove on, 'cause tonight my man's coming through. We gon' have to connect some other time. As much as I like to shake my thing on the dance floor, gonna be another nasty freaky just where we am I. Tonight we're gonna be the high score. Is it the way you love me, baby? Oh, is it the way you love me, baby? Is it the way you love me, baby? Is it the way you love me, baby? Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the FAMU Sports Hall of Fame does its imitation of the clubhouse after the Masters by presenting each of the new inductees a green jacket. And our dignitaries from the table, from the, I guess we should say the upper room, are descending from Mount Olympus to bestow honors on our class of 2020 and class of 2021. In addition to the green blazer, they will also get a certificate with their photo on it and signed by the athletic director, the president, and the Hall of Fame. And they also receive a Hall of Fame medallion with the Hall of Fame logo. Our first honoree, Quinn Gray, quarterback, football, 1998 to 2001.
Excuse me. Marvin, medallions. Yeah, bring. Oh, yes. Oh, well, I guess first off, I would just basically like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because without him, none of this would be possible. Secondly, I want to thank the people that I work for right now, Coach Fred McNair and Alcorn State, for allowing me to be here tonight with us having a game tomorrow. They flew me down on the Alcorn jet. But, you know, just like us, they took it back, and I got to drive back tonight. So, but no, I want to first just thank all of those that were a part of my career here at FAMU, starting with my head coach, Coach Billy Joe, who's like a second father to me, all of our coaching staff that was here while I was here, my teammates especially, who pushed me to be the player that I ended up being over the 4 years that I was here. Obviously, I wouldn't be here without my parents. My father, who passed on in 2007, was a big part of my life and the reason that I even came to FAMU. My mother, who's still here, waving in the back, thank you for all that you've done in my life to this day. I love you, and just thank you for everything. My wife, who I met here on FAMU's campus, my very second day on campus being here. Thank you for being who you are, honey. My sister, Kim, she's back there. Thank you, sis, for all of your support over the years and all that you've done. But in closing, I know we don't have a whole bunch of time. In closing, I would encourage everybody that is here to always just have a bigger belief in yourself. All right, because for me, my belief in myself was always greater than anybody's doubt.
and that's why I'm here to this day. All right, because there was a lot of doubt in me while I was on FAMU's campus, but my belief in myself got me standing here in front of you all today. So thank you. Thanks, FAMU. Thank you, Hall of Fame committee. Thanks for everything. Thanks for allowing me to become a man on this campus. And enjoy the rest of your night.
Gwen Gray, ladies and gentlemen. Our next honoree, Mervyn Jones.
All right. Yeah, a little change, but I'm adapting. First, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Through him, anything is possible. It is an honor and a privilege to be selected into this prestigious hall. I would like to thank the selection committee for their time and efforts in choosing me. I would like to thank my mom and dad for all the well teachings they instilled in me throughout my life. Mom, you have been an inspiration to me. Your unwavering support is truly a blessing. Dad, I know you're here tonight. You are my biggest fan. I will always remember when I scored my 1,000th point, throwing you the game ball in the stands. To my brothers, Marlon, Merlin, Mike, thank you for all the healthy competitions we had growing up. I am happy to have my family here. My wife, Lindsay, my stepson, Link, my stepdaughter, Lexi, and my daughters, Desiree and Sydney. I am also grateful to my in-laws, Mike and Karen, for making it here tonight. A special thanks to Hall of Famer Doug Cook for being very instrumental in me being inducted into this hall. Congratulations to the class of 2020 and the class of 2021. Go Rattlers.
Our next honoree will be Preston Mike Rice. Golf, 1997 to 2000. He was a leading member of the National Championship FAMU Rattler golf team that won the 2000 National Minority Championship. And he is now the head golf coach here at FAMU and recently led them to an MEAC championship as they threw down the mic, leaving the MEAC.
Good evening. I'm going to be real brief. But I do have a lot of people to thank. Obviously, I've been around here for, I've been around here for a little while, but I have a lot of people to thank. You know, I was fortunate to be a part of the 2000 Minority Championship, which was probably, if not one of the best teams to ever play here. I know it was among them. So I was fortunate to have great teammates who pushed me to get better, and I really thank them. You know, I thank the coaches. You know, I had Coach Green, who brought me back to coach, and I really appreciate him doing that. So now I get the opportunity to touch players like I was touched. So I take that very seriously, but I love what I do. I want to thank my family who's back there. I got my son and my daughter. You know, they are my world now. That's why I get up and do what I do every day. My wife, who's been through thick and thin with me, even through high school, pushing me to be the best player I could, even through college and now. She supports me as much as I'm on the road at times. She is my rock. I have to thank my father, who's here also. He's the one that introduced me to this great game. And the game has taken me far, and nobody's a bigger golf junkie than that guy back there, I can promise you that. So thank you, Dad, for showing me the game that I love and a lot of other people love. My brother, who pushed me when I was younger, and I think he gave me the competitive edge to make it here at college and become who I am. Obviously the committee, Dr. Robinson, A.D. Gaucher, but again, I'm super proud to be a part of this great fraternity, so thanks.
Our next honoree, Delon Turner, basketball, 1990 to 1993. Lon Turner was a two-time Black College All-America in 1992 and 93, and was the MEAC Conference Player of the Year in 1992. Three-time All-MEAC, and was first team twice. Finished his career number 2 all-time in FAMU scoring history with 1,765 points, averaging 16.8 points per game, and number 3 at FAMU all-time in career in rebounding with 974 boards, 9.1 per game.
Well, thank everyone for attending this event tonight. It is a extremely humbling event to be a part of such a great network of people from an HBCU standpoint, but also in this great fraternity of the Hall of Fame inductees. Congratulations to the 2021 class and also the 20 class. It is an honor for me to be up here to speak. I arrived here in 1989 with no expectations for basketball. But what it did, it provided me a trajectory in my life to be able to not only create a path of success, but to embrace the sport that I forever love. I show a lot of dedication and gratitude to my friendships and teammates that I brought along and came along and helped me with this path. I got Joey McGear, Copeland Jackson, close friend Martin Malsby, Vanita and Sherry. These people have formed a bond with me 30 years ago, and today they're here sitting and celebrating everything that I've accomplished in my life. So I am extremely grateful for this opportunity to speak in front of you. In 1992, Alvin wrote my MEAC Player of the Year speech. I was 19 years old, and I said, Alvin, I don't know what to say in front of these people. And he said, let me write it for you. I said, well, go ahead and write it for me. And I got up in front of the MEAC, and I represented our fine university as the first MEAC Player of the Year for basketball. I embraced that moment. Leaving this university has set me on a path in life with my wife, Tanya Baker, my father-in-law, Dr. Gary Rowe, who is an important piece of the FAMU football program. And I embrace this university and every opportunity that provided for me. I carry the flag everywhere I go, even internationally. I had an 11-year pro career overseas. But however, I carry the flag now. And HBCUs are fashionable. And this is not what it's about. We have always been in style. Ever since we've been incorporated and started as universities, we all need to embrace that. We need to embrace change. We need to be change agents and accept it. And if we can move this university forward from an academic standpoint and from a sports institutional standpoint, embrace brothers like Gaucher and all that he's done to promote this school, then we will forever evolve and become better. So with that said, I appreciate everything you've done for me, my wife, my son, Denver. I love this school, but I'm gonna tell you this before I leave. Somebody called me the GOAT in 1992, and I firmly believe it.
Amen, Brother Turner. Speaking of brothers from Miami, we have twin brothers from South Florida, Carol and Harold Roberts. 1967 to 1970, they dominated the mat like no one else in the state of Florida, taking out major institutions like Florida State and the University of Florida. All of their highlights are in the book, but nonetheless, it was very special for not only just one, but the twins to represent the university in such a fantastic way. Harold and Carol Roberts.
Thank you. We respect Coach Gerald Mowry and the late athletic director and coach Hansel Tooks, who thought it not robbery to establish wrestling here at Florida A&M, and we were the core of that group. But I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the 22 other wrestlers that worked and participated during the 4 years that we were at the helm. Now, we thank the Lord for all that He has done for us and all that we've accomplished, but it would not have been possible without the effort and without the guidance that we received, having dominated schools like a certain school down the street, and almost beat University of Florida. We got that close, but other schools at the time, and we also want to acknowledge Ricky Carter, who has somewhat helped revive wrestling here at FAMU, and we just wish the best for FAMU. I would be, again, remiss if I did not acknowledge the fact that where would we be? Imagine where FAMU would be if, like the state of Maryland and I believe the state of Tennessee, if we received our $500 to $600 million to help this effort as a HBCU university, we'd be way up the road. Unlike the PWI schools, who are thriving and have thrived, and I think people are beginning to see the light that we need also that infusion of confidence, we need that infusion of enthusiasm, and we need that infusion of funds to help FAMU become the better university that it can be. I also like to acknowledge President University President Dr. Larry Robertson and his staff for the things, the wonderful things that you have done. Thank you. ironically, he said all the things that I was going to say. We're twins, and I can't believe I had a little written speech, so I won't say those things. But he did mention that FAMU has had some notoriety within the last 2 years. One of the wrestlers here not only went beyond state championship, but he was a national heavyweight collegiate champion. And I'd like to bring notoriety to the person who brought that to light, Professor and Coach Thomas White, who resurrected the wrestling program at FAMU. He's in the audience. Would you stand, please? Let them know who you are. I think that we need, there he is in the back. I think that we need support for the sport. It's considered a minor sport, but it's one that brings a lot of pride and recognition to the university. And thank you all for being here. Thank the FAMU Sports Hall of Fame. And of course, my brother just told me, make sure you thank your family. So I thank my family for being here and supporting us as well. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Our next honoree is one of the supporters in the 2020 class, Dr. Makiba. Dr. Makiba Erst.
Can you hear me? Okay, there we go. Good evening. It is my pleasure to stand here and say thank you to the Sports Hall of Fame for accepting me into the 2020 class. I consider it a prestigious honor to stand before all of you this evening and amongst all of the other inductees. I thank God for my family, my friends, my loved ones that have continued to support me. And most of all, I thank FAMU for the foundation that they have given me that has prepared me for my future, for my dreams, for the success that I have received through life. It's all because of FAMU. I will continue to give, and encourage others to give and support as well. Thank you.
And now to round out our class of 2020, Dr. G.W. and Mrs. Cynthia Mingo of Gainesville, supporters of athletics and FAMU.
Good afternoon and good evening to everyone, to President Robertson and the entire staff, those of you who made it possible for us to be standing here today. We're very extremely honored and humbled to receive this award, and we don't take it for granted. I would like to say also that I've been a rattler all of my life. I was a baby rattler, elementary school rattler, high school rattler, and a university rattler. And I was blessed to be here at the university during the time when we had the trimester, and I was able to graduate in 3 years. I came here in 1960, and I graduated in 1963. And while here, I ran track on the intramural team, and I also was a cheerleader and cheered, rain or shine. We had to watch the whole game so we would know what to yell, when to yell, and how to get the group started. So that was one of my jobs, and I was the captain during that time. I would also like to say that I'm honored to receive this award tonight because I know that this is a very prestigious university. I've seen it grow and grow and grow. And I'm here to share some of the things that I felt when I was here. I experienced the excellence of caring, and it's our job now, my husband and I, who've been married 58 years. He had a birthday yesterday, and we have 2 adult children in the audience who are also FAMU graduates and who also, there they are. They are members of the National Alumni Association, and we're all 4 life members. So we plan to give back, and we're blessed to be able to be back, give it back. We want to say too that whenever a team, no matter what team, basketball, volleyball, whatever it is, if you come to Gainesville, you might come into I would say a strange area, but you're going to have loving faces right there in the stand with our orange and green shirts on, yelling our mouths off and cheering for our team. Why? Because we're rattlers. And we want them to know when they come there that they're supported. We also go to all of the games, no matter where they are, and we support our team. We want to say, too, thanks right now to all those of you who support us and who throw your arms around us and encourage us. And we want you to know that we're blessed, and we thank you for all that you've done. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I don't have much to say. My wife has already said it, but I think I better add 1 or 2 things to it. I'd like to just thank God for allowing me to be here on this occasion. I especially want to thank Coach Jesse Hurd, who's out there somewhere. He's one of Willie Galamore's teammates, for nominating my wife and I of 58 years for this prestigious award or an occasion. We will go to any place that the Rattlers are playing. It's football, it is. We travel, we go by car. We travel anywhere the Rattlers are playing. We also support the basketball, baseball, any other teams too. But we mainly will travel to all of our Rattler football games. And we are really honored for this occasion here. And we'd like to just let you know that as long as God gives us the strength and the energy to do so and the finances, we will support Florida A&M. And we encourage all of you out there to do the same. As a former varsity cross-country runner and a intramural, nobody beat me in the mile and the half mile intramurals. And we're also part of the Builders Championship team. And so we know what it takes to encourage athletes to do what they're doing. So we encourage you to do so if you can. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, one last round of applause for the class of 2020. Now leading off for the class of 2021, it's those Jones boys again, Merlon Jones, football. 1982 to 1985.
Good evening. My name is Merlin Jones, and I stand here before you this evening, the proud son of Mervyn Allen Jones, Sr., a member of the Marching 100 and a graduate of Florida A&M University. I stand here the proud son of Vernell Jones, who attended the nursing school here at Florida A&M University. My brothers, Mervyn Jones, Hall of Fame class of 2020, Marlon Jones, Valdosta State Hall of Fame class of 2015, and Michael Jones. To my wife, Sheila Jones, love you. My daughters, Jasmine Jones, Jessica Jones, who's attending school here in the physical therapy program, and Jocelyn Jones, and also my son, Merlin Jones Jr., and my grandson, Brian. I'm proud of all of you all. I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame committee for taking a look at my academic accomplishments and my athletic accomplishments and my role as a citizen in society and deeming me worthy to be a member of the FAMU Hall of Fame class of 2021. I thank you, and I congratulate all the 20 and 21 and 2020 inductees. My trip to Florida A&M was different. I was a two-sport athlete at Eastside High School, and I'd like to thank Coach Rudy Hubbard for having faith in Coach Sheldon Hodge to have me and Willie Brown, my roommate, to lead up one of the top defenses in the nation for several years here. I'd like to thank you, Coach Hubbard, and thank you, Coach Hodge, for instilling in us greatness and to do our best. Thank you very much. I take with me in the Hall of Fame my class of 82 freshman brothers, Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, Alpha Z, notably Knights of Controversy, my sand dunes, Eastside High School, Gainesville, Florida. I'm a principal at Elizabeth Andrews High School in the DeKalb County School District, just finished up 20 years, so I definitely take my staff with me as well. And I take all my family and friends, and I appreciate you, I love you, and I look forward to enjoying many more celebrations. Thank you, President Robinson. Thank you, Mr. Gaucher. Thank you.
And now, one of the great left tackles in FAMU history, Jamie Nails. And he's football, 1993 to 1996.
Good evening. First, I want to thank God for allowing me to be here for the blessings and favor He's bestowed upon me. I want to thank the Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this great honor. I want to thank the FAMU faculty, administration, the staff, thank the lunchroom ladies, they saved my life. I want to thank, just being real, thank Miss Inge in financial aid, she was a lifesaver. Thank those guys. thank all my coaches, the athletic department, the athletic staff, the sports media, Alvin, Michelle. Give those guys thanks. I want to thank Coach Riley for recruiting me. I want to thank Coach Crosby for recruiting me. I want to thank Coach Bogan, Coach Highsmith, and Big Buford for teaching me how to play the offensive line position and the tradition of the offensive line from FAMU. I want to thank all my family, friends, my cousins, aunties, uncles. Y'all been down with me from day one. Thank you guys. I want to thank my wife, Gwen. I want to thank my daughters, JC, Joy, and Jadeja, for putting up with me since I found out I was selected. I want to thank my sisters, Rena and Teresa, for always making sure I was straight. I want to thank my big brother. He's the one who instilled the competitiveness, the athletic, all of that in me by being the first to the TV and getting to dictate what we watched. We only had one TV, so I didn't have a choice but to fall in love with sports. And also I want to thank him for being my competitive measuring stick. You know, he was the guy that I thought, you know, if I could beat him or I could compete with him, I knew I could compete with anybody. So I thank my big brother for that, Janos. And I thank more than anybody, my mother, who sacrificed so much for me and my brother, Dr. Juanita Nails. She's gone now, but I told him it was only fitting that I get selected and we come in and we playing for Valley State, which was her alma mater. And, you know, so I say that must have been a sign. But like I said, I just want to thank her for all that she's done for us, for instilling hard work and perseverance in us. And I remember what she told me when she dropped me off at FAM in Sampson Hall. She told me if I put God first, if I put God first in whatever I do, there's no limit to my blessings. So I thank you guys for this honor and this blessing.
Our next honoree is the Amir of Tallahassee, Amir Rasul. From FAMU, live from FAMU DRS, Amir Rasul played FAMU from 1998 to 2001. And he was the Offensive Player of the Year in the MEAC and earned All-American honors as a senior, rushing for over 1,000 yards.
First of all, good evening. I want to thank God for blessing me with the ability to play at this institution. I must also thank my mother for allowing me in high school to play only if I made the honor roll. And that led on to me getting my construction engineering degree and starting my own company. But I'd like to give back and say to you athletes that's here, it starts with scholar. Scholar. It doesn't start with football ship, track ship. It starts with scholar. And by being a scholar, it's going to carry you a longer way than just being a football player, basketball player, track athlete, because that doesn't last long. I'd like to thank Coach Bogan for coming down to FAMU High and offering me this scholarship to play at FAMU. And I'd like to thank Coach Riley, Coach Schofield for allowing me to play in this offense. And up front, we had those bigums. They led the way. I didn't get hit until I got into the secondary. And I thank them for keeping me upright and keeping me healthy. And I'd like to thank the committee. And again, God bless you all, and thank you.
Next, Dr. Ephraim Riggins from Jacksonville. They call him the Dry Branch. Baseball, an outstanding pitcher for the Rattlers 1972 to 1975.
Good evening, everyone. It is with great pride and gratitude that I am with you this evening to be inducted into the FAMU Sports Hall of Fame. First, I'd like to give thanks to the Almighty for giving me life, health, and strength to make this journey. It is truly a blessing to have this honor bestowed upon me. Thanks to my parents, the late Freddie Sr. and Ruthie Riggins, whom I know without a doubt believed in me. My mother was my rock and driving force in my pursuit of baseball and a career in pharmacy at Florida A&M University. Thanks to my coach, the late Costa Pop Kittles, who discovered and recruited this country boy from Dry Branch, Georgia. He awarded me a full baseball scholarship. I want to recognize my wife, my lovely wife, Victoria, my 3 children, Gabrielle, Shayna, and Ephraim Bryant, who all are FAMU graduates. Would you please stand? I also like to recognize my family, friends, and supporters who travel to share this special occasion with me, especially those who travel from Georgia. Would you please stand? I'd like to thank my former teammates, coaches who were vital to my success. Special thanks to my teammate and catcher, Joseph Durant, for nominating me for the FAMU Sports Hall of Fame. I want to thank the Hall of Fame committee and its chairman for voting to confirm my induction nomination. The FAMU spirit lives within me, and I will continue to support and defend this university until death do us part. FAMU then, FAMU now, FAMU forever. Thank you.
Our next honoree from Tampa, Florida, a Tampa area, was an outstanding punter and place kicker, Wesley Taylor. 2004 to 2007. Perhaps his most memorable accomplishment would be the 2006 Florida Classic, when his 43-yard field goal brought the Rattlers back from 17 points down to send the game into overtime. And the Rattlers would win 26-23.
Good evening. God is good and all the time. Amen. All right, before I get started, I just want to say thank you to everybody who came out to support this great class on both ends. Got you. I would like to thank my mother who got this whole journey started for me in terms of playing soccer. She didn't miss a game for 16 years going across the country, so I appreciate that, Mother. Thank you very much. To my father, who is my biggest critic and also my business partner. He's my biggest critic when it comes to FAMU because anybody who knows him knows that orange and green runs through his skin. So I remember my first game against Tulane. It was not the best game in the world, so I figured he would give me a call and say, hey, keep your head up. But he called and said, I think the coach should take your scholarship. So that's what I had to deal with for 4 years. So I appreciate that tough love. I appreciate my coaches, Coach Billy Joe, Coach Carter. Also, I thank both of those coaches for not listening to my dad in terms of the scholarship being taken. So thank you to them. To all my teammates, to my family over the years. I know I've been up and down in terms of playing sports, but I thank you for always being in my corner. And last but not least, thank you to my wife, who's always been there for me as well, and to my daughter, Daddy loves you. Thank you very much.
Our next honoree in 2009 established himself as one of the great kick return specialists of all time. He still holds over 13 NCAA records today. Leroy Van.
How y'all doing today? I have never been much of a talk. I'm all about action. So the first thing I'm gonna do is thank God for allowing me to be able to do this. Next thing I want to thank my mother and father who are over there. Y'all can stand up for me. They gone. Oh, they over there. Where's she at? Oh, she right here in front of me. It's my mama, y'all. she vowed she gonna make. She ain't never made. She say she gonna make my Hall of Fame thing. So she here, and I appreciate her for that one. But also, I would like to thank FAMU for giving me the platform to come in. You know, showcase my talent to be able to help this school bring ESPN here. Desmond Howard have a college game day segment. My teammates Wesley, we both from Tampa, so I came on with a long story. I didn't play my first. I was trouble kid, with the coach's card and then Coach Taylor came in, gave me an opportunity, like, hey, I want to put you back there, return man, and see what you could do. I was like, okay. And then as we know, the rest is history from that. All the records I hold from that. But like I said, I would just like to thank the Hall of Fame committee, Vaughn, for allowing me to be in this committee. Congratulations to all of 2021 and 2020 for being inducted. And I thank all y'all for coming out tonight. Thank y'all.
Our next honoree hails from Detroit, Michigan. She was part of a tag team, a battery as we call it in baseball and softball, that helped the Lady Rattlers win their first 3 MEAC championships. They call her Bopper, Santia Andrews.
Thank you, everyone. I thought my family was going to be a little louder than Jamie Nell's family, but they kind of disappointed me, Yeah, there you go. See what I'm saying? I just want to say thank you, or congratulations to the 2020 class and the 2021 class, or the inductees. I would like to thank God, for without him, none of this would be possible. I would like to also thank my coach, who I believe is watching at home, my high school coach, Coach Clee Dickerson, AKA Pops. Appreciate him for teaching me everything about softball, for I knew nothing about it. Thank him for just allowing me to get the opportunity to play and understand what softball could do for me, and give me the opportunities for other girls that look like me, other than what the TV show you. So I want to thank him. I thank Coach Abney, who recruited me here at FAMU. She gave me the opportunity to play on the next level. Also Coach Wiggins, who also inspired me to even coach. My coach high school softball in Detroit, Michigan. She also inspired me to do that. My family, my aunt, who was my auntie, who's been my supporter since from birth. She's always supported me. Her and her family, her husband, her son, Uncle Paul, Marcus, thank y'all so much for coming. To my daughter, Brene Andrews, thank you so much for being an amazing daughter, teaching me to be a better person, a better mother, a better friend, a better daughter. I love you so much. Thank you. To my who I call my supporting cast, my girls who play with me, Tasha, Jill, Grace, Tam. I love all y'all. Marcy, my partner in crime right here. Thank y'all so much. To my Doughboy family, who I love, who came all the way from Detroit, Michigan, by way some of Atlanta. Thank y'all so much for coming all this way to see about little old me. Okay, I'm not that little, but still, thank y'all so much. To Stephanie Arnold, thank you for the nomination. Thank you for thinking enough of me. I really appreciate everything that you've been to me as a little sister, as a friend, as a confidant. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you.
Our next honoree is one of the two members of the Kenyan Connection that our honored coach, we will talk about a little later, helped bring to America and help dominate the MEAC, Cynthia Telego.
Good evening, everyone. I'm truly honored to be here today. First off, I would like to thank God for the gift of life. Secondly, I would like to thank Hall of Fame Committee for its decision to induct me into the class of 2021. I would also like to thank Coach Mo for giving me an opportunity to be part of FAMU family. I would like to thank my friends and teammates for their support. And finally, I wouldn't be here today if it was not for my family. So I would like to thank my family for their endless support. So thank you everyone for being here today. Thank you, FAMU. I love you, FAMU.
And now Cynthia's teammate, Effie Kosji. These two combined for 4 straight conference championships between 2012 and 2015. And they also were critical in the Lady Rattlers winning an overall outdoor championship in 2015. Both graduated with honors academically in nursing from FAMU.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Effie Kosgei, and as I said, I call my Cynthia my sister. I want to thank God for taking this far to bring me this far, and for giving us this life, every one of us, to be here. We know a lot happened last year to have of this year. I'm a nurse by profession, and I'm a soldier also. So this bothers me a lot, and it touches me a lot. I want also to thank the FAMU Athletics for giving me a full scholarship that helped me pursue my nursing career. I also want to thank the Sports Hall of Fame for giving me this honor. This is really a great honor for me to be here today. I also want to thank my family back at home in Kenya. I want to thank my family, that's my mother, my father, and my siblings. They also they all the time give me in their prayers. I also want to thank my auntie who always remember me also in prayers. Thank you, everybody, and thank you again.
And now the other half of that Detroit combination, Marcelina Smith. Softball. Marcelina Smith led the nation, led Division I in home runs with 19, and finished her career with 32 round trippers. Two-time All-MEAC selection. She led Division I in the year 1993. In fact, the rumor is, with her hitting 19 home runs, they changed the fences all around college softball.
Yes, I had to hit 300 feet. Okay, not 200, but 300. But I would like to thank God first and foremost, because without him, I would not be. I would also like to thank my mother. She's my #1 supporter. She's always there, from practice to camps. Even when I wanted to quit or give up, she always pushed me to go forward. I would like to thank Stephanie Arnold for her nomination. Sis, without you, I probably wouldn't be on this red carpet right now. I mean, I did have something to do with it too, playing, but you know. I also want to thank Coach Dickerson, who is home watching right now. Hi, Coach. He's the one, I played softball before I got to high school, but I never knew about fast pitch, and he introduced me to fast pitch. I played second base as a child, as a young kid growing up, and when I got to high school, he told me he wanted me to be a catcher. I didn't know anything about a catcher, and I didn't even call it catcher. I said, Coach, I don't want to be a hind catcher. He said, honey, it's not hind catcher, it's just catcher. So without him, I know I probably wouldn't be here right now. He taught me everything there is to know about fast pitch. To my Doughboy family, thank you for being here, for all your support. For my nieces, I gotta give y'all some shout outs. For my nieces, my aunt and uncle. To Coach Abney, she is the one who actually accepted me when I came to FAMU to be a part of the Rattler softball team. So without her, definitely, you know, I thank her for that. Coach Wiggins came in, Veronica Wiggins stepped in to head coach, took over, helped me to further my career in softball. She helped me to become a better version of myself, not only on the field, but off the field as well. Again, thank you to all my family and friends, and if I didn't mention anyone, charge it to my head and not my heart. Thank you.
Our next honoree is one of 2 financial supporters inaugurating this division of Hall of Fame honors, Selvin Cobb, Jr.
Good evening, everyone. To Dr. Robinson, to VP Gaucher, I would like to, and also to the Hall of Fame Selection Committee and all the Hall of Fame members, I'd like to thank you for selecting me for this honor. It's one that I never sought, but it's one that I humbly accept. This journey for me started a long time ago in Indian River County in a small community called Gifford. My parents, Selvin and Nana Walker Cobb, instilled in all 7 of us the value of an education. We didn't have it that easy. 7 kids, 9 years. I never thought I'd be standing here today. I'm so grateful for my wife, Sharon, who stood behind me. She's been my rock. And I just like to thank you. I love you. To my siblings, All 5 of my sisters are here with me tonight, and my brother. And this is the first time that we've been together under one roof since 2014 when we buried our father. So thank you, Hall of Fame committee, for making this possible. I'd like to thank my children. They're here with me as well. Also my grandchildren, my nieces, and the rest of the family. Family is very important to me. This journey, as I spoke earlier, supporting FAMU is very, very dear to my heart. We have some of the finest student athletes and coaches that you would find anywhere in America. They deserve our support. And as long as I'm on this earth, I am going to do everything I possibly can to make the experiences that they have on the highest of the 7 years in Tallahassee the most rewarding experience possible. So again, I'd like to thank everyone tonight for coming out for this occasion.
Our next honoree hails from the Bay City, Tampa, Mr. Raymond Matthews, Sr.
Good evening. I am thrilled to be a part of this. I'd like to thank the committee for my selection. I'd also like to recognize folk who have helped make this possible. I'd like to recognize my family back there. If you all would please stand, including Jock, Ken. Those are my sons. The motivation for me has always been to return the athletic prominence that I experienced as a freshman at Florida A&M. That year, our football team was undefeated, scoring 506 points, yielding 33. Basketball team was undefeated, except for one loss in the finals when we were not allowed to play a freshman who was a starting point guard. And I saw the leading scorer on that team in here earlier. Wade Bellamy is here someplace. He was a scoring leader. I'm not going to get into track because that was the Bob Hayes era, so you know what that was about. Dominance. So with that, I'd like to say thank you. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Go Rattlers. Go Rattlers.
Our next honoree is a competitive fireball who resurrected FAMU track and put them in a position to win, I think it was 7 or 8 straight cross-country championships. And you can read her full resume here at FAMU. She produced numerous all-conference performers, including 2 of the young ladies who were honored here tonight. Darlene Moore, Dr. Darlene Moore.
Good evening. First of all, I would like to thank the Hall of Fame Selection Committee for this tremendous honor. I would like to thank my parents who were unable to be here. They're a little older and they decided it would be best to stay home due to the pandemic. I want to thank my mom and my sisters. I want to thank my father. He's the one that got me involved with track. We would go jogging and racing after work, after he got home from work on a daily basis. I would like to thank my husband, the other coach, Michael Moore. Please stand up. He's the other Coach Moore, but make no mistake about it, he's Coach Moore number 2, and I'm Coach Moore number 1. We had tremendous success here. We won 10 championships, but in order to make that happen, it was a team effort, not only with the athletic team, but from the presidential administration all the way down to plant operations, facilities, grounds, for us to make it happen. And I want to just say thank you to a couple of people. President Ammons for taking a chance on me, hiring me. President Robertson for continuing to support my efforts. VP William Hudson, AD Bill Hayes that hired me, Michael Smith, Dwayne Robinson, Milton Overton, all of those individuals I worked with, they were my ADs. I would like to thank the FAMU Relays Committee, Coach Lane, Coach Dr. Ramsey, Coach Bogan, Coach Hill, and Ms. Tooks. For the first 3 years, Rattler Nation, they met with me from November all the way to February to make sure that I understood the tradition of FAMU, the tradition of FAMU track and field, and the tradition of the FAMU relays. And then it was after those 3 years that they turned me loose that we started winning. So I want to say thank you. I want to thank the direct support organizations, the FAMU National Alumni Association, Greg Clark, the 220, President Eddie Robinson, the Rattler F Club, Mr. Curtis Taylor, and the 4x1 record setters. Where you are? Where are the record setters? Oh, they're in the back. And they continue to support me. They call me on, text me on Thanksgiving, Christmas, even on Mother's Day. They say, Happy Mother's Day, but I don't have any children. But thank you for the acknowledgement as well. Thank you to my diehard Rattlers, colleagues, Coach Veronica Wiggins, Angela Suggs, Vaughn Wilson, Marvin Green, Dr. Oriaku. I couldn't made it without you, the young ladies. We couldn't have done it. Thanks to my assistant coaches. Lastly but not least, to the student athletes that took a chance on me, believed in the philosophy, achieved the goals that we set forth, and were successful academically and athletically. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. And although in closing, I just want to say, although FAMU has left the MEAC and has now joined the SWAC, myself and these young ladies and those other team members, we are the queens of the MEAC. And we shall be wearing this crown on our head for a very long, long time. Because as Rattlers, we will strike, strike, strike again. Thank you.
Our next honoree is Mrs. Virginia Pinckney, supporter of athletics, a lady who volunteered her time tirelessly for the boosters, for athletics. She was an educator for many, many years, both in Leon County and around the state.
I'm Virginia Long Pinckney. I was born and raised right here in Tallahassee, right down the street on Boulevard, down from Lee Hall. That's where I came from. And of course, I attended the Lucy Moden Elementary School. I've always been a rattler. So after graduating from FAMU demonstration, well, it was FAMC then, because I'm old. But But after graduating from high school, I went to college. There were 24 graduates in my high school when I graduated. And it may be 24 when they graduate this year. But anyway, it was a small school, and we all enjoyed being there with each other. But now I want to say I went to FAMU, and I love FAMU. FAMU has done a lot for us, my family. And sometimes I get a little angry with FAMU, but then I pray and keep on going. But I do want to say thanks to my family that's here supporting me. And FAMU has really allowed me 42 and a half years in different school systems and counties working with little children. And I enjoyed that, I appreciate it, and now I'm just waiting until COVID is over so I can go back shopping.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we will have a toast to the new members. Before we toast our newest members, our illustrious president will officially make them Rattler Immortals.
All right, please stand. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Pledge to support and uphold the tradition and ideals of Florida A&M University, and shall at all times conduct myself in a manner that will enhance the privileged status of the Florida A&M University Sports Hall of Fame. So help me God. Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations to the classes of 2020 and 2021. And now, Coach Alan Bogan comes forward with our traditional toast.
Kind of hard for me to do this because, my buddy Amos Hill used to do this all the time, so I'm a little weak at this. But if you would mind, if you don't mind, if everybody would please stand for a second. If you just grab a glass of water or tea or whatever the situation may be, like those of us from Ohio, we used to say pop. But at this time, what happens, this is a toast to you. For all your accomplishments and things you've done, it's like Dr. Robinson said, it's just beginning. Because now what happens, we're going to count on you right now. You have a charge to instill responsibility to this great university, our athlete department, your individual sports. So everybody right now, if we take a sip, congratulations. Thank you. Keep it simple.
Thank you, Coach. Now we're heading toward the finish line here. Special recognition is always a big part of our program. And
good evening, Rattlers. Good evening, Rattlers. Let's give all of them a big round of applause. Don't they look great in those green blazers? And so I want all of our National F Club board members, please stand. All F Club board members, please stand. And especially Big Rick Anderson. Wave your hand, Big Rick. The National Rally F Club purchased all of the blazers you see here. Matter of fact, we've been purchasing the blazers for the last 5 years. Hubba hubba to the F Club. And so we encourage all of our Hall of Famers to please join us, become a member of the National Rally F Club. Hubba hubba. With that, I want to have our board members please come quickly. Stand up with me, please come forward. All board members quickly. I know we late, so we're going to kind of go through this real fast. Okay. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed our honor to recognize a living legend of Florida A&M University, one of the #1 rattlers, one of the greatest rattler football coaches ever at Florida A&M University. My coach, he had a saying, he always said, the quickest way to the goalpost is where coach, north and south. And he would say, if you'll follow my coaching, we're going to make it. And so apparently, we followed his coaching. 1977 undefeated national champions. 1978 first 1AA national champion. And the list goes on. Please, everybody, please stand for the legendary coach, Rudy Hubbard. Please come forward, coach, come forward.
Take that coat off, Coach. Take that off, Coach. All right. Pitch perfect.
Coach, we are honored to now drape you in the National Rattler F Club orange blazer. So now you're wearing one of the top blazers. We love that green, but we love that orange also. Don't it look great on him? Let's give him a big round of applause. And of course, we want to present him with one of our highest awards. One of our highest awards, very deserving. #1 rattler, #1 coach, legendary, iconic Coach Rudy Hubbard. Let's give him a big round of applause. And it says, the National Rally F Club salutes the legendary Coach Rudy Hubbard, one of FAMU's greatest coaches, and the new National College Hall of Fame inductee. Let's give it up for him. You know we love you.
I love the orange and green too. Hey, I want to take this time to thank all of you, and I especially want to say congratulations to all the award winners for tonight. I was really reluctant because this has been a long time coming to be able to come up and receive this because I didn't want to take any light from the honorees here tonight. But I am so proud and so honored to be receiving this award, and especially from all the people who have expressed the good feelings about what I've done since I've been here. This guy's always been special to me, Coach Bogan and all the staff, and Dr. Robinson and Vice President Gaucher, all the administration, all the Rattler supporters. You know you've been special, and I'm honored to receive this, and thank you very much.
President Robinson, will y'all come down, please? President Robinson, 88 Gaucher, Clark, y'all come on down, let's get a picture with this legendary coach, Rudy Hubbard. Hey, we got to recognize another great rally in the house. My former teammate, Greg Coleman. Stand up, Greg. Let's give Greg a big hand. Stand up, Greg. Come on up, Greg. Come on up, Greg. Going into the College Black Hall of Fame. Let's give it up for Greg Coleman. Ding-a-ling. They don't know his real name. Ding-a-ling. Coach Bogan is here. All right.
We're doing good. Let's get on out of here. Acknowledge the committee.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're almost done. We want to recognize the members of the FAMU Sports Hall of Fame Committee. Would they all please stand? Please stand and be recognized, ladies and gentlemen. We were also asked to inform our audience tonight that many of the young people you saw manning the doors and serving as ushers are doctoral candidates in our School of Pharmacy. And the College of Pharmaceutical Sciences Institute of Public Health. So please, young people, young men and ladies, stand up. This is our future of health. And our member, and one of our members, Dr. Ebenezer Oriatku, is their mentor, instructor, professor, and he's also the faculty athletic rep for Florida A&M. We also like to recognize the presidential ambassadors who served as escorts during the parades. They worked a long day. In fact, they had to leave after that for another engagement. But the presidential ambassadors, we like to give a round, warm applause for them. And at this time, we have our memorial dedication by the Reverend Ralph Wilson.
We come now to pay special tribute to 8 fallen rattlers who have gone on and paid to the great beyond. We will recognize them now. Steal away.
Beulah Gregory.
Steal away.
Edwin Butch Lawson.
Steal away to Jesus.
Andre Moses White.
Steal away.
William Chicken Shack Wilson.
Steal away home.
Amos Hill.
I ain't got long to stay.
Kenneth Riley.
Steal away.
Robert Wilson.
Steal away.
And President Frederick S. Humphrey.
Steal away to Jesus. Steal away. Steal away home. I ain't got long to stay here. My Lord, He calls me. He calls me by the thunder. The trumpet sounds within of my soul. I ain't got long to stay here.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Wilson. FAMU President Robinson would like to make a final rattler charge.
Before we bring Dr. Robinson, I wanted to make a quick remark to all of the inductees. Thank you so much for your contributions to Florida A&M University. On behalf of the Department of Athletics and Dr. Robinson and the university, again, we want you involved. We want you back. Our student athletes need you. You all have paved the legacy and the way for so many. Legends like Coach Rudy Hubbard. To celebrate your accomplishments this weekend is probably one of the greatest honors that any athletic director could have. And so again, thank you to the inductees. But we talked about the student experience here at Florida A&M University and what this university has given so many of us for generations. But it starts with leadership. And over the past year, this institution has been in great hands with a leader who is dynamic, one who has rolled his sleeves up in times of adversity and has really exemplified the true definition of the College of Love and Charity. So without further ado, we will bring our president, Dr. Larry Robinson, to close us out before the alma mater. Thank you.
Good evening again, everyone, and thank you, VP Gaucher, for all of your hard work at the institution and all of the members of your team. This is going to be a great year for us, folks, in athletics. We get out to a little bump last week, but we're going to put that behind us and do what we do when it comes to tomorrow's games. I want to give a big shout out to VP Gaucher, Coach Willie Simmons, and the young men who poured their hearts out on the field last week and the Orange Blossom Classic. And they deserve our support. 1 point, 1 game, we got 10 more to go. And we're going to roll, and you're going to be there to witness it. Coach Hubbard, had that statue been any bigger, you could have just gone over across the street and gotten the bronze statue out in front of the CAS building. You know, this has been a great day. I mean, really great day for me at Florida A&M University. Some of you, when you head back home, or when you wake up tomorrow and come back to the game or come on campus, you'll see that Gamble Street is no more, right? Gamble was a slave owner, and for years that street has pierced the heart of this campus. This morning, we renamed that street in honor of 2 civil rights icons in the city of Tallahassee, both Rattlers, Robert and Trudy Perkins. That's how we started the day here on the Hill. And then, just prior to this event, I had the opportunity to swear in the 2021-2022 Student Government Association president and participate in their induction program. That's the future of Florida A&M University. I end my night with you, some of the most outstanding athletes, administrators, and supporters anywhere in the nation. It's because of you, people like you, who've made this institution great. You're now on the campus of the highest ranked public HBCU in the nation for 2 years in a row. And it's only going to get better, I guarantee you that. But to the inductees into the Hall of Fame, the Sports Hall of Fame this evening, just think about the names that you are in there with. Althea Gibson, Coach Alonzo Jake Gaither, NFL Hall of Famer, Olympic gold medalist Robert Bullet Bob Hayes, Major League Baseball Hall of Famer Andre the Hawk Dawson, William Bill Lucas, the first African American Major League Baseball general manager, and many more. You join the ranks of those outstanding individuals. Since the inaugural class of 1976, founded by former athletic director Hansel Took, you join 300 student athletes, coaches, administrators, and supporters of this great institution. You should be proud, because we are certainly proud of you. I just want to say one more time to all of you, the inductees of the class of 2020 and the class of 2021, congratulations for your outstanding contributions, not only while you were here in the Hill, but throughout your careers in support of Florida A&M University. Our young men and women and our athletic programs and the university in general still needs your support. We brag about you all of the time. Everywhere I go, I find a way to get something in about the great people in this room. You make us proud. I can't say that enough. So whether it's on the gridiron, diamond, track, or field, you are the greatest accomplishments of this institution. You are, and many of you exemplify, the true meaning of a student athlete. That's why your alma mater is one of the greatest institutions in America, not because of me, because of the roadmap that was set forth many, many years ago by the people who came long before I was even conceived. So I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve in this capacity as the president of this institution. It's something very humbling, something that I take very seriously. But I know you all have confronted difficult times over the years. You have all seen challenges before, during, and after you left this university. But I think there's one thing that you all have come to know, no matter what has happened to you on your journeys, and that is this: when the dark clouds gather on the horizon, when thunder and lightning fill the skies, when fate is but a glint in the eye of a falling rattler and hope's a lost friends, when the sinew of the chest grows weary from those hard-charging linebackers and the muscles in the legs grow tired from those hard-charging running backs, you must always remember that the Rattlers will strike and strike and strike again. Congratulations, honorees. Thank you so much.
And at this time, we will ask Mr. Fred Lee to lead us in the alma mater to close out our program.
I know you're all ready to go home. I know you're ready to get ready for tomorrow night. We're going to sing the alma mater. In years past, sometimes we didn't sing it the way we should sing it. But I don't know how many people in the house are just like me. If I didn't have Florida A&M University, I wouldn't have had a college education, because they accepted me when nobody else would. If I didn't have Florida A&M, I wouldn't have had the career I had, the good life I have. I owe it all to Florida. I met my wife 54 years ago at Florida A&M University. Is there anybody in the house that has the same appreciation I have? Say, Go Rattlers. I don't believe you mean it. Say, go Rattlers. Now let's sing the alma mater like we mean it. College of Love and Charity, we gather round thy noble shrine. We lift our voice in praise to thee and ask a blessing all divine. FAMU, FAMU, I love thee. I'll fight and win whatever the battle be. The orange and the green thy son shall ever defend, and loyal to thy voice of love attend. FAMU, 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 I love thee. Hubba, hubba.
We like to announce, we like to let the honorees know that we will be distributing your Hall of Fame polos to the right. We're looking up the sizes now, but you can gather to get your Hall of Fame polo, and we will also give you a few other items before you leave. Once again, we'd like to remind everyone about the table decorations. Like to remind everyone about the table decorations. $200 for the rattler, and $250 for the sports designs on the tables. So if you want to purchase one, please let the young people know. They'll take your check, and they will give you a pass to exit the building. We'd also like to remind our honorees that we would like for you to gather near the field house tomorrow at 5:15 for the ceremony on the field prior to kickoff.